Dramatic intro, right? What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. And as the title says, solo se vive una vez, which translates in English, you only live once. Which is why I have the inspiration for this video today. Because I think, as you'll probably find, most YouTube creators or fitness YouTube creators are struggling at the minute with content because, as you can see, gyms are shut. And what are we supposed to make videos on if gyms are shut and there's no fitness competitions? We've got nothing to prep for. We can't make fitness videos in the gym. So today's video is going to be my body transformation. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today. And you've probably seen hundreds of body transformation videos on YouTube where you get a little skinny guy who started lifting weights in his garage, and then a few years later, boom, massive. My fitness journey or my transformation journey isn't that glamorous because my journey started off at 14 and it took a long time before I actually got anywhere. So let me share with you my fitness journey and my body transformation from the age of 14 up until now, 42. Stay tuned and let's get this video started. And one last thing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, which is there. I hope I got that right around. And give it the thumbs up. Let's go. Ask yourself one question. Do you remember when you started training and why? What was the reason why you started training? Now, I'm sure we all have different reasons for why we decided to start training and hitting the gym. The reason why I started going to the gym is simple. Bullying. Being picked on. Being made fun of. At school, being that skinny little kid. I'm sure many people share the same story, and I also share that same story. The reason why I decided to go to the gym, lift weights and build up and get a better physique was being bullied. However, I would like to say a massive thank you to all the bullies at school. So hopefully, maybe some of you guys are watching this video. I want to say thank you. And why do I want to say thank you? Because you guys made me that skinny little kid at school into what you see now, a competitive athlete who's had many years of training, many years of competing, and yeah, all down to you guys, the bullies. So, as I said, we all have different reasons for why we decided to hit the gym, and this is my reason, hence my body transformation. So the journey began when I was 14 in 1992. I had to really think about that. Yeah, so picked on at school, decided to start lifting some weights in my friend's garage. Nothing really happened, didn't gain any size, didn't gain any muscle, still got picked on at school, still got bullied, and obviously I was useless with the girls. Never had a girlfriend until I was 17. All the girls laughed at us, picked on us, blah blah blah, all the usual stories. It was only when I got into my late teens, 18, 19, got a bit of solid advice from other people in the gym about building muscle that I started to make progress. In the early years when I was a young teenager, I didn't get any progress, didn't really get any size, got a little bit stronger. And the reason being is because diet was very misunderstood back then. Back in the early 90s, there was no Google, there was no YouTube, there was nothing. You just had to go up to the biggest guy in the gym and say, mate, how do you get arms that big? And that was about as much advice as you got. I mean, as you can see now, sitting in a supplement shop, there was none of this back then. Supplements that were available, discussed, and there was no such thing as pre-workouts. Nutrition was very misunderstood, didn't have much information about it, and hence why I didn't really get any good results in my early teens. But it wasn't all doom and gloom as a teenager trying to build some size, build some muscle, because I actually got some really good, solid advice from, believe it or not, the current Mr. Olympia at the time in the mid-90s, Dorian Yates. Now, believe it or not, when I was a teenager, obviously before the days of emails and internet, I actually wrote to Dorian Yates at Temple Gym in Birmingham, and surprisingly, he actually wrote back twice. Dorian Yates wrote back to me, basically saying to us what I should do to build muscle. I actually think I wrote him, said, Dorian, dear Dorian, how can I get bigger arms? And he wrote back and told us exactly what I should do. And it's still the same solid advice that I follow today. So again, if Dorian Yates is watching this video, thank you. And obviously I've met Dorian Yates a few times at the Body Power Expo. I've also been to see him in seminar back in 1996. What a phenomenal guy, seeing him on stage at his prime. If you're into bodybuilding and you know much about bodybuilding history, you'll know that Dorian Yates is the absolute British legend. He is the guy who started off the sheer mass in bodybuilding. He's the guy who invented those massive guys on stage. He was the founder of that. So as well as getting good advice from the current Mr. Olympia at the time, Dorian Yates, I also became very good friends with a competitive bodybuilder, somebody who I really looked up to. 6.5 foot tall, solid 19 stone. This guy was such an inspiration, and we teamed up together and started training together, and I made some really good progress. Got some great results, got to probably the biggest size that I ever was. And then I used that size that I had at the time to start working, doing door security, becoming a bouncer. Not the greatest job that I'm proud of, because it was a very tough, rough, and sometimes nasty job to do. But at the time, I was a big guy, started working on the doors, and yeah, I really put more size on, to the point where working on the doors, doing door security, being a bouncer, being a doorman, it was good money, but at the same time, I didn't really like sort of the violence and trouble that came with it, which is not my character. So I decided to go the next level, and that was becoming a personal trainer, because I thought I want a job that I enjoy, a job that pays for something that I enjoy doing. So I thought, wow, imagine getting paid to train people. And that was when I went to college over 20 years ago and become a qualified personal trainer, which is still what I'm doing to this day. So after becoming a qualified personal trainer, this is where my physique really started to change, not necessarily for the better, to be honest. With being a personal trainer meant I also had to teach a lot of fitness classes, things like spinning classes, body pump classes, kettlebell classes, circuit classes, and one-to-one personal training, plus working full-time in the gym. So there's a lot of exercise, and I did find that my physique struggled to gain more size. I actually lost a lot of weight. You just need to look at most people who teach group fitness classes. They all have a very similar physique, a very similar shape, slim and toned, which isn't really what I wanted. I wanted to be more bigger, leaner and bulkier, like I was when I was younger, doing the door security when I was a bouncer. But working in the gym, the amount of exercise you do, the amount of calories you burn, it was very hard to build up a good physique, or a physique that I was happy with anyway. And then I became very comfortable, very lazy, and just went with the flow. Didn't really think about me training. I just thought of me personal training as a job. I didn't really focus much attention to myself. And then my first child was born. Whew. And you can ask most people who have kids, once your kids come along, there goes your physique. You just don't have any time to train, eat, sleep. You ask any new parent, sleep, forget about that. So you try going to the gym and building up a physique that you are happy with when you got kids. Yeah, so that was child number one. A couple of years later, child number two, my physique just plummeted. As you can see from the pictures, it doesn't even look like I exercised or went to the gym. Diet, terrible. Training, non-existent. The only exercise I really did was fitness classes, which wasn't really for me. And that was when I decided, right, okay, I am getting on in life. I'm getting older. My dream as a child was always to compete. And looking at this rate, I ain't never going to get on stage. By this stage, I was in my early 30s, and I thought I need to do something ASAP if I ever want to look good and get on stage. So I set myself a goal, and that goal was to get on stage before I hit the age of 35. And that's exactly what I did. So at the age of 33, I knew that I only had a couple of years left if I want to compete at the age of 35, which is very old in terms of bodybuilding and competing. But I thought, nevertheless, I have to do it. It is my goal, it is my dream ever since I was a child. So 2 years, I've got to get this body in the best shape possible. And that was when I set off on a mission. Now, I knew at the time I wasn't big enough to do a bodybuilding show, and I heard about these competitions called men's physique. Now, no bodybuilders will go, men's physique. No, it's fair enough, fair enough. That's no problem at all. But the end goal is still the same, to look as good as you can on stage. The dieting's the same, the prep's the same, training's the same, everything the same as bodybuilding. And that's what I did. I trained, I researched nutrition, I researched obviously supplementation, absolutely everything to get my physique in the best condition ever. And that was when I competed at the age of 35 in my first ever show, which was the USN Classic at the Body Power Expo, men's physique. And unbelievably, my first ever show I did, I placed second. Wow, second place. And I was over the moon. And ever since that day, 7 years ago, I've competed non-stop, 3 to 5 shows a year, except obviously this year because everything is shut down. No shows, no gyms, nothing. 7 years non-stop competing, and not just in men's physique, no. I have also did bodybuilding. Yep, bodybuilding. I've also did my most favorite category, which is the male model swimwear, because you can come on that stage and do everything like a bodybuilder does, except you're not wearing those tiny little posing trunks. You're just wearing short swim shorts. And I love it because you can do exactly the same poses as you can see by the pictures and videos. And this is what I really, really enjoy most. And that is my body transformation from start to end, 14 until 42. Okay, it's not the most glamorous, you know, it wasn't, as I said, that I started training, I become a massive bodybuilder and successful. No, this is life. Life is tough. You have your ups, you have your downs. I had times when my physique looked good, I had times when my physique looked terrible. But the main thing is that I never, ever quit. I kept on pushing and training every single day to get the physique that I wanted. And you can ask anybody who trains or competes, nobody's ever truly 100% happy with how they look. Obviously I got myself into reasonable shape. I would like to look better, but now I think I've got to start accepting that 42, building muscle is becoming a lot tougher. Losing body fat is coming even harder. And during this lockdown, I have also gained about 10 kilos, not on the chest and shoulders, around the belly. As you'll see in my previous video, the truth about abs. So the idea is now to take my physique to the next level, ready for next year. I want to be hitting that stage at around about 87 kilos ripped, rather than about 83 kilos ripped, which is what I normally do. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed my little journey through 14-year-old me, skinny, picked on, bullied, into 42-year-old dad who still absolutely loves fitness, competing, the fitness world, the supplement world, absolutely everything. And again, show your support by clicking the thumbs up and like, and please subscribe. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Much appreciated, and it will help me out. Please help this little growing fitness channel and just let me share you my fitness journey from 14 all the way till 42. Have a great day. Take care. See you in the next video.